Did you know Apple has a secret document that explains how to build an excellent iPhone case? Case companies quietly use this document to design their accessories to Apple's standards. Today, I'm putting the Spigen Tough Armor T case for the iPhone 17 Pro Max to the test using that Apple document to see two things. Is it worth buying? And does it actually meet Apple's extremely high expectations? We're going to look at 8 key areas from Apple's case design guidelines, starting with materials and finish. Now, when I picked up the Tough Armor T for the first time, my first thought was how smooth it feels while still offering a secure grip in normal use. Inside, the case is also smooth. There are no exposed metal parts or hard ridges that could scratch or abrade the phone. I haven't gotten this case wet yet, but in normal dry use, it doesn't transfer any dye to the phone, my hands, or my pockets. On Spigen's website, there's also a California Prop 65 warning. That means this product can expose you to chemicals known to the state of California to cause birth defects or other reproductive harm. Spigen doesn't list the exact chemical, but a quick search shows that bisphenol A or BPA is used as a starting material for polycarbonate, and this case does have a polycarbonate layer. That's likely why the warning is there. A lot of iPhone cases use polycarbonate, but not all manufacturers make that warning obvious. So, kudos to Spigen for disclosing it clearly. Now, let's move on to basic protection and fit. The Spigen Tough Armor T has a 3-layer design, a rear polycarbonate plate, an inner TPU layer that fully wraps the iPhone, and a foam layer inside the TPU for extra backplate protection. Some multi-layer cases are annoying to install and have to be snapped together piece by piece. With this case, you can install and remove it as one unit, without flexing or stressing the iPhone frame. Once it's on, the phone feels secure. There's no wobbling or sliding inside the case. The front lip is tall enough that the screen glass doesn't touch a flat surface when you place it face down. That said, I would still prefer a slightly taller lip, and I definitely recommend using a tempered glass screen protector with this case. Spigen claims this case went through 80,000 drop test simulations to optimize shock absorption and impact reduction. For everyday users, those numbers don't mean much unless you see real-world drop tests, so that's what I did. I performed 20 drop tests onto manufactured hardwood flooring inside my house from a height of 4 to 5 feet. After those drops, the case survived with no obvious damage to the phone. Next, let's talk about the buttons, ports, and gestures. All the buttons are easy to press and have clear feedback. The ring and silent switch and camera button have a unique texture, so you can tell what you're pressing without looking. However, the volume buttons and power button are the same shape and material as the rest of the side of the case, with only a small indentation marking where the buttons start and end. Because the side materials feel the same, I often find my fingers slightly off target when I try to press the volume down or the power key. It would be better if Spigen changed the shape or texture of these buttons so they stand out more and help prevent mispresses. The charging port opening is fairly large. It works fine with typical Apple spec cables without having to force the connector in. The speaker and mic openings are not blocked or half covered like some other rugged cases, so sound quality is similar to using a naked iPhone. For edge swipe gestures like home, back, or the control center, the lip doesn't fight your thumb, so gestures are easy to perform. It's not quite as effortlessly smooth as something like the Beats rugged case, but it's still very usable. Now let's look at audio performance. I've taken both audio and video calls with the Tough Armor T case on my iPhone 17 Pro Max, and voices sound clear, not muffled or distant. I also use my iPhone to record voiceovers for my YouTube videos. This is a voiceover sample for the Spigen Tough Armor T case review. This is with the case on. With this case on, the recordings sound similar to how they do without the case. When I'm using the speaker for calls or listening to music, the volume and clarity don't feel noticeably reduced. There are no weird whistles or resonances from long, tunnel-like openings at the bottom. Next, let's talk about wireless performance and MagSafe. Smartphones can do a lot, but they still need to nail the basics like connectivity. With the Tough Armor T case on, cellular, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth all feel normal. Apple Pay works reliably, and there are no big metal plates or heavy metallic coatings that would block antennas. Even with the built-in magnets, the Compass app behaves normally. There are no wild swings or constant recalibrations. Camera autofocus and optical image stabilization also behave normally, with no extra jittering or hunting due to the case. In terms of MagSafe, the magnetic hold feels similar to Apple's own MagSafe cases. MagSafe accessories snap on centered and don't rock or spin too easily. Now let's quickly cover sensors and haptics. The Tough Armor T case doesn't block the proximity sensor or ambient light sensor. The front camera area is clear, so Face ID continues to work just fine. System haptics and vibrations still feel crisp through the case and don't feel overly muted. Next, let's talk about heat and charging. During normal everyday tasks like gaming, watching video, or browsing, the phone doesn't feel significantly harder with the tough Armor T case on. When battery life is low, wired charging works normally. If you prefer wireless charging, it starts reliably, speeds appear normal, and it doesn't drop in and out. Finally, let's move to one of the most important parts of any phone, the camera. When I'm using the camera app, the cutout on the case doesn't intrude into the photo or video frame, so there are no dark corners or vignetting. Flash photos look clean. There's no fog, haze, or bright arcs from light reflecting off the case. The area around the camera and flash is not a bright glossy tunnel, so light isn't bouncing back into the lens. Spigen uses a dark low gloss camera ring, which helps reduce reflections even more. So, is the Spigen Tough Armor T a good iPhone case? The short answer is yes, and there's a reason so many people recommend it. It offers excellent overall protection, MagSafe performance is strong and reliable, it's comfortable and easy to use in the hand, and it largely meets Apple's style and usability expectations from their case design guidelines. At a retail price of around $25, and often on sale for even less, this case offers a ton of value for the money, and might be my new best bang for the buck iPhone 17 Pro Max case. Let me know what you think of this case down in the comments. And if you enjoy thorough iPhone case videos like this and want to see me drop Dbrand's new tank case 70 times, watch this video here. I'll see you guys in the next one.